Dear students, welcome back. Today we are going to start a new topic which is probability. You have already studied about probability in junior classes like in 9th or 8th. You have studied about probability. All of you know that the branch of maths which deals with chances, it is called probability. Now, the term chance in our day to day life, we use this term many times. Like we say that today it's cloudy, so there is a fair chance of rainfall. Or we say that today the day is bright and sunny, so there is almost no chance of rainfall. So we use this term chance very frequently, and that is nothing but the probability. When we represent the chance of occurrence of any event in mathematical terms, then we call it as probability. Now in probability we use mainly only one formula, and that formula is probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcomes upon number of total outcomes. Number of favorable outcomes upon number of total outcomes. Okay, so we apply the formula number of favorable outcomes upon number of total outcomes. Now, for example, if a coin is tossed, if a coin is tossed, the possibilities are head or tail. Now listen carefully. When we toss a coin, either we get a head or we get a tail. So the possibilities are head and tail. So the total number of outcomes will be 2, because it can be head or it can be tail. So total number of outcomes will be 2, and one head is there and one tail is there. So probability of getting a head, if you find the probability of getting a head, number of favorable outcomes upon number of total outcomes, number of favorable outcomes will be 1. So in place of number of favorable outcomes, you write down 1, and the total outcomes will be 2. So you can see that probability of getting a head is 1 upon 2. Similarly, if you find the probability of getting a tail, so number of favorable outcome will again be 1, because only one tail is there. So the favorable outcome will be 1 and the total outcome is 2. So the probability of getting a tail will be 1 upon 2. Okay, so now you know how to apply this formula. The probability is equal to number of favorable outcomes upon number of total outcomes. Now I'll give you one more example. Suppose there is a bag in which we have 5 red balls, 6 blue balls and 4 green balls. I repeat, in a bag there are 5 red balls, 6 blue balls and 4 green balls, and all the balls are identical in shape or the touch, only the colors are different. How many? 5 red, 6 blue and 4 green. So total number of balls is equal to 5 plus 6 plus 4, that is 15. Total number of balls is 15. Now you have to, now suppose one ball is drawn at random without looking at the color of the ball. Without looking at the color of the ball, we draw one ball randomly. Now what is the probability that the ball drawn is of red color? The probability of the ball drawn is of red color, favorable outcomes will be 5 and the total outcomes 15. So 5 by 15 is 1 upon 3. Favorable outcomes 5 and total outcomes 15. So the total number of the probability will be 5 by 15, which is equal to 1 upon 3. Now the second part. If a ball is drawn randomly, what is the probability that it is a blue ball? Now, to find the probability of a blue ball, you can see the favorable outcomes is 6 and the total outcomes is 15. So 6 upon 15, again you cancel it by 3, so it is 2 by 5. The probability is 2 upon 5 of blue ball. Now, the third part. If a ball is drawn randomly, now what is the probability that the ball is of green color? The ball is of green color. So it is 4 upon 50. Clear? The probability will be 4 upon 15. Now I am going to tell you an interesting thing. Suppose we have to find the probability that the ball drawn is of, say, yellow color. You have to find the probability that the ball drawn randomly is of yellow color. Now you see in the bag no yellow ball is there, so the favorable outcomes will be 0 and total outcomes remain the same, that is 15, and 0 upon 15 will be 0. So you can see that if an event is impossible, now you see when there is no yellow ball inside the bag, so if you draw a ball, it cannot be of yellow color, that is impossible. When yellow ball is not there, how can you get a yellow ball? So if an impossible event is there, the probability of an impossible event is 0. The probability of an impossible event is 0. Now, suppose in a bag there are 20 red balls, that's all. No other color balls are there, only red balls, 20 red balls are there. Now if we draw a ball randomly and you have to find what is the probability of getting a red ball. Now the favorable outcomes will be 20 because all the balls are red. So the favorable outcomes will be 20 and the total outcomes will also be 20 because 20 balls are there. So 20 upon 20, that will be 1. So you can see when all the balls are red, so if you draw a ball, it has to be a red ball. Now that means drawing a red ball from a bag containing all red balls is a definite event, you can say. It is sure that it is going to happen, definite event. And you can see the probability of a definite event is always 1. Clear? 1 means 100%. That means the minimum value of probability is 0 and the maximum value of probability is 1. The probability lies between 0 and 1. The value of probability of any event cannot be less than 0, means it cannot be negative, nor it can be more than 0 or more than 1, more than 1. It lies between 0 and 1. Cannot be less than 0 or cannot be more than 1. Clear? Okay. Now we will do few examples from the book. Okay, let me tell you one thing. If the probability of happening of an event is P, then the probability of not happening of that event will be 1 minus P. Because if there is an event, there can be only two possibilities. Either that happens or it won't happen. So if the probability of happening is P, then the probability of not happening will be 1 minus P. For example, on a particular day, either it will rain or it will not rain. Only two possibilities are there. Now, if the probability that it rains is P, then the probability that it will not rain will be 1 minus P. Clear? Okay. So, okay, the question is, suppose we throw a die once. All of you know we used to play with a die. While you playing Ludo, we use a die. Now a die is a cube, and you know that in a cube there are 6 faces, and we have 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, 5 dots and 6 dots on these 6 faces. Now when we roll a die, or when we throw a die, any one face will appear at the top, and the number of dots counted on that top face, and it is considered to be the score. Now they are asking, when we throw a dice or a die once, what is the probability of getting a number greater than 4? So first of all, I told you, number greater than 4. I told you that there are 6 faces, 6 numbers are written. So favorable outcomes, total outcome 6, and now a number greater than 4 means 5 and 6. So favorable outcomes 2. Because when they are saying a number greater than 4 means either 5 or 6. So favorable outcomes 2 and total outcomes 6. So 2 by 6, that is 1 by 3 is your answer. The answer is 1 upon 3. Clear? Then, second part, what is the probability of getting a number less than or equal to 4? Now, second part, probability that number less than or equal to 4. Number less than or equal to 4. Now you know that number less than or equal to 4 will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. On a die we have 1, we have 2, 3 and 4. They are saying number less than or equal to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 are there. So 4 upon 6. That is, if you cancel it by 2, it is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is your answer. Your answer is 2 by 3. Clear? 1 by 3, a number greater than 4, and 2 by 3 for a number less than or equal to 4. Okay. Now, next example. One card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Calculate the probability that the cards will first part be an ace, not be an ace. Now let me tell you, about briefly about the cards. In a pack of cards, there are 52 cards, and there are 4 different suits of cards. And obviously, each suit will contain 13 cards. Then only 13 into 4 gives you 52 cards. So the suits are, one is this, the second is this, third is this, and the fourth is this. This is called spade, this is club, this is diamond, and this is called hearts. Now, as I told you, there will be 13 cards each. In each suit, there will be 13 cards. Okay. Now, these 2 suits, they are black cards. Black. And these 2 suits, they are red cards. So, you can see how many black cards are there in a pack? 26. How many red cards? 26. How many spades? 13. How many clubs? 13. How many diamonds? 13. How many hearts? 13. Now, in each suit, we start with an ace. This is called ace. An ace. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. So 13 cards. We start with ace. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen and king. So 13 cards are there. Now, so how many aces are there in a pack? 4 aces. How many jacks are there? 4 jacks. How many queens are there? 4 queens. How many kings are there? 4 kings. Clear? Now, jack, queen and king, they are face cards, because on these cards a face is made on the card. So jack, queen and king, they are face cards. So how many face cards are there in a pack? 3 into 4, that is 12 face cards, because 3 in each suit and 4 suits are there. So 12 face cards are there. Now one thing, so the first part of this question says, what is the probability that if a card is drawn at random, that card will be a face card? The question says, what is the probability that the card drawn is a face card? Is an ace. So, probability of an ace. So, tell me how many aces are there? I told you 4. So, favorable outcomes, number of favorable outcomes will be 4. And number of total outcomes will be 52, because in all 52 cards are there. So 4 upon 52, that is 1 by 13. 1 upon 13. 1 upon 13 is the probability of getting an ace. And the second part, not an ace. Now first of all, out of 52, if 4 cards are ace cards, then how many non-ace cards are there? 52 minus 4 is 48. So it is 48 upon 52. 48 upon 52. If you cancel it by 4, then it will be 12 by 13. So you can see 1 by 13 is the probability of getting an ace card, and 12 by 13 is the probability of getting a non-ace card. Now, I told you that if getting an ace has a probability of 1 by 13, then the probability that a non-ace card, ace card is there, it will be 1 minus 1 by 13, that is 12 by 13. And you can see here also, we are getting the same answer, that is 12 by 13. So, you can find the answer of the second part by subtracting the answer of the first part from 1. 1 minus 1 by 13 will give you 12 by 13. Clear? So in the next class, we will start with few more examples of probability. Thank you.